Hey guys, this is Locke. Today I'm going to go over everything you need to know about the World Tournament. As you can see, I've done 6 matches and I have a little bit of a grasp of what is happening here, so I hope I can explain it to you. So first of all, you get to play different matches until you lose 5 times. So basically, you click play, you select your deck, and then you get matched up against a random opponent. And once you start playing, you get a pick and ban phase. So what that pick and ban phase does is you have your 8 units, and your opponent has their 8 units. You get to see both of them, and right away you get to ban up to 2 of his units. So for example, suppose my opponent bans this guy. So I'm gonna move him away and bans him or something, for example, right? And so if this happens, now I can put in 2 of my units for whatever my opponent banned. So since he banned those two, maybe I'm gonna put this here and I'm gonna put her here or something. And after I do this, maybe I feel that, you know what, I don't like the position of these units. I want to kind of change them around. So I can actually do that as well. I can move people around once I have actually done the pick and ban. So the unit positions are not set, and that actually might be advantageous. Like for example, maybe I don't actually want him to be a tank. Maybe I want like something like this. Maybe I don't want Jean to be a tank. Maybe I actually want her to be the slot 8 unit. But leaving her in slot 1 might confuse opponents, because maybe if they see this, they'd be like, oh yeah, she's going to be really hard to deal with in the 8th slot. So I'm going to ban Jean. So instead, if I put her here, maybe they'll be like, oh yeah, that's no problem. I'm going to kill her easily. And then you do your pick and ban, and then you move her down here, and you're good to go. And your opponent might not have seen that coming. So that's one easy trick to kind of, you know, get the composition you want. The second tip that I have, and this actually won me a game against a diamond player. So what happened was you don't have to actually ban any of your units. So for example, if this is my team, I'm gonna set this up to where it was, so I don't get confused over which units I'm using. Oh yeah, I had you over here. Okay, so if this is my team and this is the team I want to use, maybe Lucian is a big part of my team that I have, and since I don't want to use him, maybe I will use a substitute. Maybe I will use her, and whatever 2 units that you ban, I'm gonna put Lucian in. So regardless of who you ban, suppose you happen to really hate him as a tank and you ban him, so I can switch everyone around. Like for example, I can maybe put you over there and put my Lucian over here, and then change the positions around. Maybe I can do that, right? So it might be an idea to not actually use your A team when you start, but to have a mind to switch things in. However, as what happened with my opponent, when I looked at his team, I'm like, you know what? That team's not too threatening, and I'm sure that he has his best units waiting to be switched in. So I decided not to ban any of his units at all, and he actually left the match because, I mean, he couldn't. Like he wanted to use the units that he wanted to use, and he had them on reserve, and he was hoping to switch them in, and I just never gave him the opportunity. So keep that in mind as well. Like whenever you see an opponent, you don't have to ban. You can ban, but you don't need to. And so for whatever team you use, make sure that your 8 units that you use, you're actually comfortable with using that as a team. So I mean, it all becomes like mind games now, right? Like, do you put Barata out there where they can ban him, or do you wait to sub him in? What if you don't get an option to sub him in? That's a chance you have to take. And again, that depends on if Barata is actually part of your main strategy or not. Um, but other than that, I've been enjoying it so far. I really like being able to ban 2 units, because I really hate facing some games like Barata, for example. I really hate playing against the DOT spam. But with this, I've been able to negate that a little bit. If you can see my past 6 battle records, I only faced Barata once, and in that game, I was also using it because he banned the other units that I had, and I didn't want to bring Lapis, so I decided to use Barata instead. And it happened that he also had the same idea and switched Barata in. Aside from that, I was able to ban Barata because I didn't really want to fight him. So that is something you can use. If there's a unit that you really hate playing against, like for example Jean, suppose you just really hate Jean and you don't see Jean in the lineup, maybe what you should like maybe you shouldn't be banning anybody, because if you ban someone, they have the option to switch that unit in. So just keep that in mind. Um, that's about it. I mean, otherwise it plays similarly to how your games typically play. Like, unfortunately, skill stones are still left in, and that kind of sucks. I mean, for me, I've been using Lucian a lot, and I don't have a single skill stone for him, so I kind of feel that, and I can't really tell you anything about it. That's just too bad, I guess. In the rules, it says that the the card levels are adjusted to level 10, but in the game itself I see units having like whatever level that they are. Like, for example, if I use this team that I have right now, um, I basically see all these levels. I see like level 9 Rakan, I see level 9 Shannon, and then I see level 10 of the other units. So I don't know if that rule is actually being applied or not. I would assume it is, because I asked ComTOS, and they didn't address it. Like, they didn't say it was an error or something. So I assume it's just a visual glitch, but I can't be sure. Um, Other than that, I mean, like a basic strategy. Like, this is the team that I'm using. I am kind of expecting some people t- to basically get banned. I mean, if nobody gets banned, I'm totally fine with taking this team in. It feels totally fine. But for example, like if my Lucian is banned, if my Lucian and I don't know how to say this guy's name. I'm gonna say Anubis. If Anubis and Lucian are banned, I have an option of putting in Copper and Lapis. And if I do that, I can apply a lot of pressure to a line. I have Shannon to apply the defense buff, and I have this guy, the Harpy, to reduce buff in a line as well. So with that, I should be able to clear out a line pretty easily. And Copper plus Shannon does a lot of damage as well, because the defense is increased, and if defense is really high, Copper ignores enemy's defense, so he does a lot of damage. So I like, this has been working so well, but again, I mean, I only did 6 matches, so that's not like really a great record. I'm not gonna have time to play right now, so I'm not gonna be able to get a lot of matches in. But it does last a week, so there's no hurry to get it done like on day one or something. If you get your 5 losses on day one, then you can't play for the next 6 days. So it doesn't really matter. Like, you can see the top rank right now has 28 wins, but he has used all his losses, so he can't get any more than 28 wins. Whereas the second ranked player is a Conqueror player. He has 28 wins, but he only has 2 losses, so his ranking could potentially go up unless he loses the next 3 matches. So you don't have to feel like you have to get these matches done right away. You can take it a little bit slower and get it done over the week. Other than that, I think that's all the tips I have. Just keep in mind your composition and the opponent's composition. Oh, I should mention about the skill stones, and I also asked ComTOS to clarify as well, and I got an answer. So, when you look at any skill stones, like for example the endurance set that I have. So the set effect counts. So you get a resistance of 30% for my Wusa, but all the other percents doesn't count. So for example, the resistance plus 3.8 doesn't count, the crit damage plus 4 doesn't count, the HP plus 3.2 doesn't count. So like that, the other stats on this doesn't count. I'm not sure if the base attack plus 4 counts or not. I would assume it doesn't, but it's only the set effect that counts. So it's only the resistance plus 30 that counts. So that kind of makes it easier to get a set of runes that you want to use. You can even use basic runes because the actual stats on them don't matter. And I'm assuming that the attack plus 4, like the main stat, also doesn't matter. But I haven't got that clarified yet. But anyway, I mean, I think that's a good idea, because sometimes, like, some of these, like for example, the team that I'm using Swift runes on many of my units. Like, she has Swift rune equipped. Bernard has Swift runes equipped. So, like, Swift is a huge part of my team. So not having that set equipped is going to make my team less effective with the way I'm playing. So I'm glad that at least the set effects count. Again, skills don't suck that you need them, but just use whatever you can. I have 3 purple skill stones. Harpy is one of them, Wusa is another, and the Penguin is another. I don't really like the Penguin much. Wusa is good, especially if I am forced to fight against an opponent that's using DOTs. So I have him on reserve. So for example, like if I have to fight an opponent and he uses a team like this, and I see that, for example, I really hate having to fight Anubis. So I ban Anubis and I ban, say, Lucian. And as I do this, in the back of my head, I'm like, you know what? He could sub in Barata. So with that in mind, I put in Wusa whenever he bans something. So he bans something, I'll put Wusa here, and then I'll switch with that, and I will put something else, like some other DPS instead of Anubis. So you have to keep in mind not only what you see, but what you don't see. Because whatever unit that you don't see and you ban two of his units, he can sub in something that you really hate. So if you're expecting him to sub in Barata, for example, make sure you sub in one of your cleansers. It comes down to like also mind games, which I kind of like. I mean, I think that's part of strategy, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. Let me know what you guys think about this world tournament and the ranking. I hope you guys enjoy this mode. Again, it's too bad that Skillstones are part of it, but there's nothing I can do about that. Just gotta, deal with it, I guess, and use what you have, right? Anyway, that's all. That's it from me. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you guys think. Take care now.